Hey, y'all, you're now tapped into That's What I'm Saying, the grown folks podcast about hip hop, entertainment, dating, sex, relationships, and social issues from a sometimes ratchet, because you know what me and my sister do, but mostly woke perspective. So I'm Shaun.
And I'm Shatara. Hey,
Hey.
girl, hey.
Mhm.
Really quick, y'all. Follow That's What I'm Saying in your podcast app and turn on automatic downloads. It's free and it helps us keep making the show. Come on, y'all.
Mhm.
Also, if you would like to be a show sponsor, use the link tree in the notes and select Become a Sponsor.
Also, y'all, we're everywhere. So our new podcast home is Acast, and we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and YouTube Music. And you can watch us weekdays on Island TV or just download the Island TV app. And if you want to be a guest on our show or have questions for the Weekend Z Report, leave us a voicemail. Go to our link tree to his pod, scroll to the bottom, leave us a voice message.
Yes, family, we built a very special members corner on Supercast. It's only $4.99 a month. I'm going to say it one more time. Only $4.99 a month. You'll get
Fo.
access to a monthly live show with Q&A with us, me and my sis, and exclusive access to the private TwistPod fam Facebook group. Wherever our TwistPod fam members get to vote on topics for future shows, shout outs, behind the scenes, all of it. So hit the link in the notes to join the TwistPod Live.
And also follow us on Instagram at TwistPod. And if you are a brand and you want to get more exposure for your product or your service, tap our link tree, hit the sponsor us button, and we'll get back to you in a few minutes. So, all right, fam, let's get into it. Hey, so what do we call this episode?
We are calling this episode Winning.
No, we called the last one episode.
Last episode was Winning. Isn't it
Winning
still
again.
winning? This is
Still
winning
winning?
again.
All right.
Still winning.
Still winning.
Still winning.
I like it.
Now, winning was the quotes from our good old Charlie Sheen, and we're going to get into that.
Oh my gosh. Can we please? Okay, go ahead. This your moment. We're in the ratchet minute.
All right. So see how you say this is my moment? Yeah, it's my time. It's my time.
Shine, bitch, shine.
So really quick, just to be ratchet, I just want to mention something. Do you like the dollar store?
Who?
The dollar store.
Of course.
Is it on your side?
Even though it's a whole scam because everything is $1.25 now.
So I did a show recently, and the lady, like, we went. I was, going in, and she was like, "It ain't even $1 no more," and I was like, "And they let you in?" She was like yelling at me, like, "It's not even $1." So anyway, so you and I, we like eyelashes, right?
Of
So
course.
so let me tell you, my eyelash kit I used to use, which was this used to carry like Q-tips. This was a little Q-tip holder, and I used to put my lashes in here stacked up. Look like a bunch of little bugs in the bottom of here, right? You see this?
Caterpillars.
So I carried it around. People are like, "Ooh, what are you pulling out?" I'd be like, "My lashes." Janky as. So it's in the dollar store, and I've been walking by this every time, and I was like, "I don't need it." You ever start to spend too many dollars, and you start to downsize?
Like, okay, I got 22 things.
I
Something
did not come here to spend, because then you got to do the math. That's gonna. Anyway, I found this little holder here,
Oh, they're cute.
mirror and
Oh
lashes.
yeah, yes. I have that. I have something like that.
I was
Very
so.
convenient.
Look. It holds all my little wigs.
Your little hair wig, your little
It's a wig
eye
wigs.
wigs.
My eye wigs. I was so excited. I was like, "Ooh!" I didn't even know I needed this. I
I
didn't
love
even know,
that.
because
Yes,
I reuse my lashes. Don't you?
I absolutely do. So I like that. I have one of those. So now I'm on, and I haven't had like the individual lashes, like go and
Oh,
get them. I haven't had them in like 10 years. But I have them now, and it's
what do
cool.
you do?
It was looking a little crazy earlier because they like super full, and I asked for extra long. I got exactly that, so it was looking a little crazy. But now that they kind of, a few of them have fallen out, I think it
Looks
settled
better.
on my face a little better. Yeah.
Oh, so you don't need this thing. You don't
But I
need this.
have that. No, but I do have that. And when I travel with my eye wigs. Yes.
Yeah, I like, so I do a whole strip. That's the thing. People are like, "You get them done?" I'm like, "No, I do a whole strip. I peel them
Mhm.
off at night. Like, they're not
Yeah,
coming
I
to
know.
bed with me."
My
Yeah.
whole thing is that if I have them in, they have to like stand up on my face. Like I don't want them down. That's all. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
want
always
them.
say that. When I have mine, you'd be like, "You should put them up." I'm like, "Why? Do I look like this? Do I look like this?" Have them up. So yeah, that was that was a little ratchet FYI I wanted to share with you really quick. So
Thank
anyway,
you.
so yeah, dollar store is where all the dreams come true.
Mhm. Yep, I
Don't act
love
like
it. I
that.
love it.
Yeah, don't act like that, y'all. We like the dollar store. Anyway, so
Mhm.
Apparently, so the headline was Kim Kardashian's ex-boyfriend is saying that she's worse than Diddy. And
Who's
I'm
her
like, well, who's
ex-boyfriend?
this?
Wait, are we talking about her ex-boyfriend or are we talking about Ray J?
Exactly.
Who are
So
we
it
talking
turns out
about?
that this ex is Ray J. So he's saying that he was working with federal authorities on a racketeering case, having to do with Kris Jenner and Kim and this whole thing. So now, as this whole story tumbles, they are now suing Ray J for defamation of character.
I
They have a lawsuit
mean
against him now,
I mean
as of this morning.
oh, really? Like, it's because I still don't feel like that man got his just due, you know? I he built a legacy for somebody else's family.
All over some D. Can you believe that?
It do be
So,
that good though.
I, I
It
know
do good.
he had Whitney. He had Whitney singing, "It's all right, but it's okay."
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, 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 yeah. He was like, "I loved her. I loved Whitney." So, apparently,
Mm.
that's ain't that Brandy's brother?
Ain't that Brandy's brother?
Ain't
I
that
don't know. Do
Brandy's
they get
brother?
along? Do they get along? You don't really see them together.
I saw a video of her going off on him, telling him like he needs to get over himself, get out of his head, and it was. And then he's like, "I don't need nobody." So I don't like to see siblings going at it, but it just seemed
Me
as
neither.
though she was solid and he wasn't.
That's
It
what
was just
it's
like a little
kind of
back and forth.
what it's looking like. But
Yeah.
yeah. Oh well, you know what? I'm sure he has some stories to tell.
Oh yeah, and
But I hope his money is long because they gonna sue him to the end of the world.
well, he's a little bit. I think he's a little bit in love with the fame of all, because the truth of the matter was, like, I
Mhm.
don't really see him trying to sing his heart out to be like, I got another album dropping. He's very much reality TV shows. He's very in the mix with
Yeah,
that.
and then did he perform at the Super Bowl? What was it where it was like he was very out of shape
Oh, I don't know.
and was the singing was not on par? Like this is not somebody that
Oh, if I had one wish, and
with
everybody was laughing
and
about.
it was ooh 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 one of those.
I didn't. You know what? I feel like that was a few years ago, and he
Maybe it
came
was
out
last
with like
year.
a beer butt,
Yeah, it was.
right?
Yeah, and he had the Dukes of Hazards mustache.
Oh, Ray J.
Yeah.
Oh, Ray to the
All
J.
right. I hope he gets it
Well,
together.
I think that if he came up with the same amount of money, if not more, than the Kardashian empire that has been built, then
It
we
all
wouldn't
evens
really hear
out.
too much from him, right? That's because really what Kim did is not about like what you have, it's like what do you do with it. So it's like she worked it. Her mother, they worked it.
They did. Can't
There-
fault
There's
them.
there's some business savvy, some business acumen that went into where they are right
Mhm.
now. It didn't just happen off of like I just sucked a good dick and wore some pretty lingerie, and there was a lot more to
Mhm.
it,
Mhm. That
right?
was a true dickpreneur.
What true dick, but no,
Dickpreneur.
that's a good one, girl.
Yeah.
You better coin that. I'm a
Yep.
true dick, but no.
A true
But
dickpreneur.
it turned into such a flex where other women were trying to see if that was gonna set them off. I forget there was like a reality show woman. I don't know if it was Atlanta House, one of them, and she tried to come up with like a video and it didn't even hit. She like fell off of the hanger in the bathroom. You
What?
remember that? She fell off the shower curtain pole, like,
Yeah.
so
Was
she
that
was
Mimi?
no, it wasn't Mimi. I forget which one it was, but people were looking at the Hiltons and they were looking at, certain people that were coming up with sex videos, and everybody thought that could be their like come
That
up.
was the big break. Yeah. Well,
And everybody didn't really pop off like that. Shit, think
well.
about it. If you found out, that little video you made with your man X amount of years ago was going to put you in a new place.
Mm.
Some people be like, release that shit. Go ahead. Make me look good. Make me
Get
look
my
good.
good side.
Yeah. Make me, just say, hey, listen, you don't got to go to work ever, ever again.
Must be nice.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of must be nice, this was came by me really quick. So Serena Williams, she went viral after calling out a New York City hotel for using cotton as their decorations. So it's like a vase, and there was I don't know if you've seen them, the
I
little
saw
cotton
it.
stuff.
Yeah, it's cotton. When we went to
And
Georgia, it was so amazing. But to
I
see
mean,
like the cotton
so I
growing,
asked, she says, her comment was, how does it feel? And she obviously it doesn't feel great. We all know the connection between black people and slavery and cotton and so on. And then after a while, she goes on, actually, it feels like nail polish remover cotton.
So she was talking about the
She's
texture of
talking
it.
about the cotton, yeah, and the texture of it. But it doesn't feel good. And then somebody called her out, basically saying that like she has some art in her house with like a donkey with some cotton, and she's just pretty much calling for attention. Like, stop trying to act like you're the victim. Like, stop it.
So was she acting? I don't know. Was she
No,
acting
she
like the
she just
victim?
pointed out saying that like this doesn't feel good. Like it doesn't really feel good. So I guess the hotel, they were like, hold on a minute, stop trying to call us out.
Mm,
It's not that
I'm trying
serious.
to
So
understand what was her. Was she condemning it, or was she? Because I didn't. Was she condemning the whole thing, or was she like, oh, this is doesn't feel good? Like,
I think she was condemning it. Like at first sight, she was saying like, damn, this is what I see in the hotel. Like, this is not nice. This is not a good feeling.
okay,
That's really what it was. This
okay,
doesn't feel good for my history.
okay, because I
And
wasn't sure how she reacted. I don't know.
yeah, no, no. And so people are just saying she's being like a victim. Like you're perpetrating yourself the victim. Like, get out of the drama. And I would assume that that would be a white person saying that to her.
Or black people be out of touch too.
Well, I sold it,
All skin folk ain't kin folk.
girl.
I touched the nerve.
Woo, hallelujah.
Mhm. All skin
Yeah,
folk ain't kin
yeah,
folk.
yeah. That
Mhm,
that did that did pinch your nerve a
mhm,
little bit. I've
mhm.
seen in Home Goods the cotton in the vase decor, and it just wasn't my jam. I was like, no, no,
Yeah,
thanks.
yeah, no,
I'm good.
no, I'm good.
Anywho,
Mhm.
over 1.7 million users canceled Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN subscriptions following the Jimmy Kimmel suspension.
Yup,
Those
yup.
are big numbers. So these are all paid subscribers. They were like, nope, 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 no.
I don't know how many they had in the first place, but that's a lot.
So it represented 436%.
Huh?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The 1.7 million cancellations represented a 436% increase above baseline subscribers. Uh-huh. So,
Mhm.
well, shit. I mean, social media users posted screenshots of their subscription cancellation, followed by the September 17th decision by the Disney to pull Jimmy Kimmel Live from the
Mm.
airwaves during the
What do
monologue.
you think about it? The whole thing with I mean, I know we talked about it last week, but like what do you think about in terms of now Disney is losing people are kind of protesting in a way.
No, that's a definite protest. That is a hit them in their pocket bus boycott style protest. Hit them where it hurts in the money. Let people know we're paying attention. It
They hit him
matters.
in the shmoney.
Right. So when I go back and I think of, okay, well, what is it he really said? What was taken to such offense that he lost his job, he was suspended, and he was coming back, but everything was a little trickery. Like, can he come back? Can he not? What did he really say? As a late night talk show host, we're
So he's
supposed to
back
be
now, right?
he's back, but
Yeah.
the
Wow.
job is to be reporting current events. The job is to be sarcastic. The job is to be posing opinions and having a little conflict of interest. And that is your job to do that. So when I look at what he said, and what he said was the MAGA gang is desperately trying to portray this individual who killed Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of their own. And they are doing everything possible to leverage this for political advantage. When I look at him saying that, I say to myself, okay, that's quite an opinion. Anything than one of their own. And I'm thinking, well, where's the lie?
Yeah.
Where's the lie?
Well, I'm glad he's back. I mean, truth be told, I never watched Jimmy Kimmel show, but
Every now and then he'll be on.
unless he has a good artist, performing artist, like
Yeah,
sometimes he'll have, somebody good and I'll watch.
I like his co-host Chewy,
You said Chewy.
his the one who used to be his driver, but he goes on the red carpet for him. Oh, that's my little friend. I like him.
Uh-huh.
I like Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, I really like Jimmy
Oh,
Fallon. But
Jimmy.
anyway, I just feel like white men run late night TV hosting anyway.
Yeah,
So
because they're the only ones up late at night.
it, that's not
Just
that's not
joking.
true.
I know. Just kidding.
Right? That's what you would think the way they do us. I'm like, out of all
Mhm.
the years from the Jay Leno's to the you go on, like
Right.
they run late night TV shows. So this is kind of like white man against white man. Like, okay, y'all have that little fight over there.
Mhm.
But Trevor Noah did chime in, and he came on the show on his, I want to say, was his first day back, and he just said the reason why, like, he's really mad at you is because when Trump had the Apprentice show, you were out at the same time, like you guys were like competitors, basically, how he put it. And that's really, that's really his reality, like, because he's into media at this time and you're a part of that. So all you got to do is pay him a compliment and you'll get back on his good side.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's like, that's all you
Yeah.
got to do. So now they're
Or
still
have
back
to
to
pay
making
up
fun.
like what is it, Google? Are you talking about Trump? Anyway, go ahead.
Oh, so, wait a minute. So what do I really think of all of it? I,
Oh, you said it.
yeah, just like
Mhm.
this is all for play. Like, it's really not that serious.
Mhm. I like it though. It keeps
Yeah,
keeps
it's
it
not that serious.
interesting.
It's unfortunate that it had to, come to this. Like, dang, dog, you got suspended, dog, right? But it caused so much attention came from it. Like, so much attention came from that. And who would what I would be flattered. Like, really? Like, I didn't even know you watch my show. I didn't even know you pay attention. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. Everybody
thank you
would
for my
watch.
2 days off.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take that. That's how you could look at that. But hey, did I cancel Disney? Did I cancel Hulu? Did I cancel ESPN? I don't have any of those.
Right? I mean, I got a Fire Stick, so technically I do have all of those.
Hey, shh, don't let him. Hey, hey,
You're
hey,
right.
you hush up over there.
You can't let them know you know how to read.
Don't you tell him you got the fire stick. I'm gonna call it the magic stick. I got the magic stick.
Too.
Yeah, I got all those.
Right.
But with that, I just wanted to add that my favorite Dr. Umar Johnson,
Mhm.
in lieu of all of this, he calls out members of his community for celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk, which I thought
Okay.
was pretty dope of him. So he basically did say, and I'm going to just tell you what he said. While I did not agree with Mr. Kirk's rhetoric and considered him to be an anti-Black bigot, I will never rejoice at the loss of life of anyone who hasn't directly participated in the
Yeah.
unaliving of a member of the Black African race, he wrote. I'm ashamed to see members of my community celebrating this situation. I will never ask you to mourn the loss of an enemy of our race, but to celebrate and an unaliving is completely
I
unacceptable.
know. Yeah.
Unaliving, I'm trying to get used to even saying that.
Mhm.
So I thought that was very noble of him to address
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, and I agree. I agree. I mean, I never celebrate over the death of anybody. I don't care what the dude said or how I don't even care
Yeah,
how he lived his life or what he said. The fact is that, and we talked about this before, it's a man that is no longer living in the physical and a family, and left a family behind. That's
right.
always tragic.
Right. So we don't celebrate
So,
tragedy. And that
and
just goes to show you how, even in still, like he said, he's a bigot, he's that, but we are still so forgiving and our hearts are so in the right place when we're even wronged. And like he
Mhm.
said, the greatest recipients of political assassinations have been our own people.
Mhm.
So we should stop laughing at the misfortunes of others and get prepared. It's like, oh,
Absolutely, because you
I,
see what they if and that's words to the wise. Because you see
mm-hmm,
what they do with their own,
mm-hmm.
so,
Yes.
anybody can get it. You see what happens, so, let's leave it at that.
Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, thank
Boom.
you.
So
Thank you, Dr. Umar, for
yeah,
saying
that's what I
something.
thought. I was like, everybody get on Dr. Umar, like, no snow bunnies. He cracks me up. That is my boy. However, the stance that he took on that, I appreciate that.
Mhm.
That's a good Black man. I appreciate that. That was a good
Absolutely.
stand.
Mhm.
That's good leadership. Good, good, good.
I agree.
Speaking of leadership, Reading Rainbow is coming back,
I heard.
right? With the viral librarian Michael Threets. He's the new
Mhm.
host.
Isn't that funny
So,
that there's a viral librarian? I think it's
sorry.
I mean, I love that for him. Like, what? I
Well,
love that as a Black man.
Well, okay. So let me just go back to the Reading Rainbow. I know. Take a look. It's in a
In a
book.
book.
Reading Rainbow. I can go
I
anywhere.
can go
Okay. Things to
anywhere.
know, places to go.
Reading
I used to
rainbow.
love reading. Reading Rainbow
You?
came on after Sesame Street, and then if I was lucky, I got to watch Fraggle Rock after. Let me tell you, being a kid was the jam.
You sure
And on
was.
Reading Rainbow,
Tiger
I
Rock came
remember.
on, I think, at 7 or 7:30. Remember? It came mhm. So Reading Rainbow came on what, like 4 maybe? 4 PM?
Yeah, that was after school.
Mhm.
And then do you remember the kid would give a review of the book? Like the book I'm reviewing today, my favorite book was Alligator's Rock. And
Yep.
then you would get to the middle of it, he'd be like, but I'm gonna stop there. Don't take it from me. You gotta read it for yourself. I'd be like, oh shit, man. Mommy be like, what'd you say? I'd be like, nothing. I man, he sounded good. Don't take it from me. Gotta read it for yourself. Shit, man. I was into it. It's gonna be good. What? That was it. So but then we would go to the library, and it was just a lot of times it was because on Reading Rainbow they had this book. Mommy would have me like a little list, like write that,
I
write it
remember
down.
it
She
was
was so
about you
mean.
having to go to the library and read. Get you some books and stop
She
playing
was so
around.
mean. She was so mean. Write down your little list then. Shoot. You want to be cussing. I heard you. What you heard me say? Was it SHIT? But I spelled it right? Get in here. But with this particular gentleman, he totally different. We had LeVar Burton,
Yes.
and he was the oh so friendly black man, and it was so good to see him. He was, good with the kids. It was just he was dope. And now this
Yep.
guy, let me tell you, it's a new age. He has picked out hair. Sometimes he wears headbands. He has tattoos. He has a piercing in his nose.
Mm-hmm.
He even said he has a library card tattooed on his arm.
It's that serious for
He
him.
said
I
it's so
love that.
special. It's
Mhm.
so special. I have a library card. I mean, that's why I have a library card tattoo.
I
It's such a
love
beautiful thing to have it.
that.
He says, just as your access to education, access to curiosity, and access to the world.
Aw.
And that made me like him even more.
Oh, I love it. I'm gonna
Isn't that,
actually watch it. I'm gonna try to
isn't
find
that
it because
nice?
I don't think PBS exists anymore. So I'm like, what channel is this gonna be on?
Yeah, that is. But I think I don't know. This PB ABB
PBJ.
is PBS. Well, it was
I don't think
canceled in
PBS
2000.
is
So
gone. The funding is gone. So we'll see. Mm.
November 2006 it was canceled. So, but this guy just announced, he's from California. He announced that they're going to be, I guess, following him online because he's a viral sensation, and
Yeah.
he's a literacy
Viral
advocate.
librarian. Okay, well this will be good. I definitely will be watching. It's
Well,
memories.
all right.
Yeah,
Well, don't
I'm
take
gonna
it from
watch.
me. Hope you think he's going to read the whole book for everybody, or he's going to
I doubt it.
shoot him with the whammy. Don't take it from me. Read it for yourself. I was like, if you don't tell me what happened at the end of Alligator's Rock, this
Hmm.
Joyce gonna make me write it down. Those are good times. Let me tell you, mommy,
Oh.
let me just, in terms of reading and writing, my mother
Mhm.
used to take us to
You mean my mother too?
our mother, right? So
Mhm.
mommy would take us sometime to Toys R Us. People today don't have a Toys R Us. We had
No.
Toys R Us, we had KB Toy Store, right? Mommy would take us to Toys R Us, and she would let me and Chanel ride the bike. So we let's
Mhm.
pick it out. Go ahead. The one with the basket you like. Go ahead. So we ride, have a good time.
In the store?
Yep, in the store, right? It was a good time. So we riding around, we wilding out a little bit, and then she'd be like, "Now go pick out a workbook."
No.
Yo, talk about a killjoy. I was like, "Huh?" She would make me pick out a workbook, and it'd be like practicing cursive and like letters. Don't and it'd be like, "Oh my god, it is Saturday. It is summertime. Like, why is she
She's
making me pick out a coloring book?" I pick out a book with stickers. She'd be like, "Put that back." I'm like, oh my god, I'm just making sure you were serious. You really want me to? She'd be like, because you need to practice your L's and your F's. And I'd be like, oh my god, mommy has
Mhm.
nice penmanship. You have nice penmanship too.
Thank
You,
you.
our sister Shaniqua, I always say my sisters write like calligraphy. They have nice penmanship. Me, eh. I remember I signed Nini's my grandmother's funeral book, signed in, and my brother Kevin, he was beside me. He's like, "Ooh, you write like a what do you say? You write like a third grader." I signed the book. I was like, "What you say?" Ooh, I don't have the best penmanship, so I guess mommy peeped that and was like, "Your little left-handed ass, come on over here, come practice." So that was my Toys R Us, and then we go to the library, pick out some books.
The library.
We go to the library, pick out some books. She made me sit and read, and then tell me, what was it about? I'd be like, well, was this Saturday or?
He's 8 years old with a full-time job.
Right, and then don't let her take us to the pool, the Phelps pool in Teaneck.
Oh gosh, y'all went to the pool all the time.
Me and Chanel be in the pool, but how about mommy would take us there? And the minute we start taking our stuff off, all you hear is the whistle blow. Mommy look at us, she'd be like, y'all better hurry up.
It's got 10 minutes.
So we got the
Late.
10 minutes. Me and Nelly be in there getting all our moves in. Yo, I was like, so she had the day kind of sketched out for these two. Like,
Mhm.
we're gonna go to Toys R Us, let them ride a little bit,
Mhm.
get on their
Yeah.
bikes, get their books, get them in the pool 10 minutes, and
Yeah,
then we back home.
y'all had like camp with mommy. It was like summer camp.
But she was so mean.
Well, can you imagine if you said she was mean, I was the first for her. So
You was a sacrificial lamb.
what? What?
I think back at the good times. Like you were mean, but with sugar on it. Like I remember getting off the school bus and seeing my pool, my little pony pool in the backyard
Mhm.
full of water.
She got it ready for you.
She had it ready for us. So little things like that. Like we had a playroom.
Yeah. Yeah. Who does
We
that
had Cabbage
now?
Patch Kids.
Yeah. Y'all
Like,
did. Yeah.
yeah, anyway, good
Mhm.
times.
Good times. We can talk about the good time. Okay,
I
go
say
ahead.
all that
Where
to
we at?
say, I want to talk about Charlie Sheen.
Me too. So, first of all, we just have to let everybody know. I have to let everybody know. Do you know I watched that documentary, the Charlie Sheen documentary, 3 times. I watched it
Three
once,
times.
and then I watched it I made, our sister Chanel and mommy watch it with
Oh,
me, and then I
and they like
watched it
it?
again. They love Chanel, mommy fell asleep, but Chanel, we were dying laughing.
Charlie Sheen. Okay. So it's on Netflix
Yes.
and it's called AKA Charlie Sheen.
Whew.
And it is 2 episodes, one, I think an hour each. It
Mhm.
takes you on a ride through his life.
This man has lived.
When I
Ah!
there were there were there were moments that I just was like, this is privileged white man. Because when he talks about some of the stuff
Mhm.
he did, I'm like, ooh, like getting in the pilot seat in France and taking pictures with the pilots. And how about I wear your jacket? And they let him ride the plane. And he I wasn't a sloppy drunk, but I was at least halfway in the bag.
He was out of there. And that was a lot of what they were saying was like, he could keep it together for a while. Like he
Yes.
was messy, all kind of drugs. That was first of all, I have to say, when I was a teenager, it was him between him and River Phoenix.
Oh.
I loved Charlie
Hmm.
Sheen. I loved
Hmm.
Charlie Sheen. I seen the Wraith, all the movies he was in. I love Charlie Sheen because he had dark hair. I really liked that he had dark hair. Come to find out later, like because I felt like he was so tall and like
He
luscious.
is, right?
Like he's like 5'10". I mean, he's not, it's average, shorter than average. I thought he was taller, but I love Charlie Sheen. I mean, I couldn't, like that was my little white boy thing that I had back in the day for certain. Charlie Sheen was one of them. And then, he kind of like went off I mean, we seen him. One thing about him, and I would say one thing about this documentary, and Sean Penn said it too, was like, you gonna get the truth. Like it all happened and it's all real, and he's real about his failures and everything that happened in his life. Now, one thing I would say,
Hmm. Hmm.
I never watched Two and a Half Men, but
Okay.
what's
Hmm.
the crier, the other one, because I went
His
to school
co-star?
with the brother, so it was John Cryer was on the show, but
Yes, John
his younger
Cryer.
brother Dan Cryer, like they,
Hmm.
so it was cool to see the Cryer, one of the brothers, get a show.
Yes.
Anyway, Two and a Half Men. So, but it was kind of. Did you feel it was a little condescending with? I can't think of the actor's name. That John Cryer, right?
John Cryer. He's
I felt it was a
let me
little.
let me see if we're on the same page here.
Mhm.
When he said basically Charlie Sheen, he can be like a train wreck and he can burn his own house down. And he said, so the one thing I can tell you is I'm not here to build him up, but I'm not here to tear him down. And I thought, wow, okay. Okay. And he said, now put it like this. I've known him for so long. When we first started, I had hair.
Yeah.
And the other word, and it almost made it seem like that man stressed me out.
And that's what he said. And something he was saying, like, this was my bread and butter. Like this man is off the deep end, but if he, we need him because I need him for the show because this is how I take care of
Yeah.
myself and I feed my family. So
How much money they were willing to put in. He pointed out that like he was clearly in no shape to be on the show. Like nosebleeds, coke, the whole thing. Like at some
then
point,
it was
not good
crack.
with the lines.
Then when he was talking about the crack, and I remember that because he was on Good
Oof.
Morning America talking about banging 7 grams of rock.
That's how I roll. Because that's how I
What?
roll. Because that's
What?
how I roll. I was like, that man is thugged out in his addiction. Boom. 'Cause
Woo!
that's how I roll.
And what he was best
Tiger
friends
blood.
with his dealer. That's the
But I
little
did.
chewy guy.
Yep, that was he said he's like he's a good dude. Like we hung out and I ended up like caring for him to the point where when he was in rehab, that they came to him and said, "Can you basically wean him off? Like just give him a little bit
That
to
was
the point."
so
And so he said he came up with a different way to cook it where he like gave him
a little bit of
less.
crack, a little bit of cocaine, a
He,
little
he said I gave him a
he
little
made it
bit
less
to,
potent. That's what he said.
I gave him a little bit
He's
to help him
genius.
get off the drug altogether. You mean to tell me you went to the dealer and was like, "Hey, listen, give him a little bit. Give him a little taste, not too much." The best story was
Yes.
when he talks. No, he has all the best
There was
stories.
so
First of
many
all,
great
when
stories, right? Like,
go,
over
he
the
said he was
top.
supposed to be in Karate Kid. Yo, and but he had another film, and his father told him, if you told this particular producer director that booked you that you were supposed to be on this one, you be a
His
man of
father,
your word.
Martin Sheen.
That's the one you do. And his father
Mhm.
said a big movie is something about like basically your word is going to carry more weight in
Yeah,
Hollywood than you being in a big movie. You being of your word. I liked, the words of wisdom with his father. I like
that
the
was
connection
solid.
with his dad. I like how everything from Platoon, like everything came full circle.
Okay, I had Platoon
It's
on a
amazing.
VHS in my dorm room. I would watch that movie like I went to Vietnam.
Wow. You got shell shock.
It was so serious.
Jesus.
It was
And
serious.
but he
And
was
Wall Street. Oh my
oh Wall Street. He was a smooth operator. When you just see him, even in his interviews, he's like his attitude was like, I ain't trying to be nobody else but me. Like you could tell he was smooth. It didn't take much for him to like navigate through life. Like to be a drug addict was easy for him. It wasn't a hard thing to do. That's the sad part about it. It wasn't hard to do. And
Mhm.
when the family finally posed an intervention, he said it was his dad's birthday. He comes over, he's like, I'm looking for balloons
They
and
were
cake.
like right, they were like, the party's at 9 a.m. He's like,
Huh? He said his mom meets him at the door and was like, "Wait a minute, are you armed?"
"Do
He's
you
like,
have any
"No, ma."
weapons?"
He said, "I may have had something in the trunk, but no, I'm not." He said he gets there, he names everybody there. He said Rob Lowe is there,
Yeah,
Vikram, the yoga guy is there. He said
and
it's
he was on the phone.
some guy named Jeff. He's like, who the fuck is this Jeff? He's like, there's one seat right there for me. And then he said it was emotional. And then he said when he got out, he said Clint Eastwood was on the phone and was like, listen, kid, you're worth saving. And he was like, and I said, let's go. He said he got in the car. He said I was sandwiched in between two people in the car because they knew I'm one of those guys that'll get out and run out of trouble.
Gotta roll, stop, drop, and roll up out of
Wait. And the best was how he said when he got to rehab, his friend Nicolas Cage calls him and says, "Hey, listen, we're supposed to be the judges at this bikini competition.
there in
We
the
gotta
desert.
go." And he said, "There's a black gal at the front desk in her 40s," and he said to her, "Listen, I will be back here at 8 a.m. in the morning because I don't legally have to be here, and if I'm not, I will give you $1 million."
Mhm.
He said she thought about it. She let him go. He said he rolled up at 7:47 a.m. through the doors. That black lady was pissed.
She was mad. She was happy, but she was mad.
And they showed this black woman. I was like, that is not a black lady in her 40s. Y'all need to stop playing. Either way, he said she thought she said, welcome back, your bed is here. But she was disappointed at the same time.
Oh, that
She
was the
thought
best.
so how on point was he to leave rehab?
That is the best. I highly recommend that anybody watch this Charlie Sheen
It's
documentary. It's just a good time.
and Denise Richards, you said I like her more. I see why.
I really like her.
She took in the 2 kids.
Yeah,
She took in the 2.
how valiant, how great of her, because when him and the third wife was off of a crack binge, Denise Richards took in
The
his
twins.
twins with the third wife.
Yeah,
Like,
she
yeah,
said
I had him. She had him by court order.
we're
I
she just
mean,
had him for like a year.
love her so much now.
And she said she came how about this? She came to the house because he was supposed to be on set, and they're like, "The only person that can really keep him together is you." She comes to the house. She said that Crier was there because I guess he
Mhm.
came to talk to him too.
Mhm.
She starts making sandwiches.
And
2
all these
prostitutes walk
prostitutes
out,
are coming out.
and he said, "Are you making them sandwiches?" She says, "Yeah, well, I guess so." Like,
She's like, "These white trash sandwiches that I'm making,
that's what she said.
turkey and
"Just a
cheese
little plain
sandwiches."
mayo with some," she sure did call them white trash sandwiches. Like,
Mhm.
she just was down to earth. Like, "Yeah, sure, they
Yeah.
need to eat too. Like, we need to help keep them together."
Good people. I really I liked her, and I felt her, 'cause at when it was all said and done, she was like, "I love him. I still love him."
Oh, yeah,
Can
and
you
his daughter
imagine?
seems like she's a nice kid. Like, he has
Yeah,
5
she's so,
kids.
and I just, yes, and her, I love the daughters. And we go to yoga and we have smoothies. It was so cute. Just
Yeah.
innocent.
It was, yeah, he still but he said she was
Obviously, y'all, I really like this documentary. I
this
really I
was a good
really
one.
enjoyed it. Charlie Sheen and all his mess,
All his
and his glory,
craziness.
but his
Wait, I'm
honesty.
like, "One more."
Mhm.
When he had to be on set to do what is that movie? Ferris Bueller's Day Off,
Mhm.
and he only had, like, 4 lines, but then he had to get to the game with a fundraiser, and Michael Jordan and him and his dad were playing.
Mhm.
And he ends up making the shot with his dad, and they beat Michael Jordan. He's like, granted, Michael Jordan was blindfolded, and he didn't make the shot. He's like, but him and his dad made the shot, and then
That
he
was
ends
dope.
up going to the set, doing his lines. It was just like a day that like everything is going good.
It's
I
dope.
I, I felt that day. I had to have my husband watch it because he's a Jordan fan. I'm like, you got to see this, so
That
you
was dope.
must.
That was
And then when
dope.
he got out of rehab, he went to a baseball game, hit a home run, and his
Hit a
dad
home
was there.
run. Yeah.
So
And his
everything like
and his
comes
his
full
best
circle for
friend was
him.
the black dude, and the best friend was like, how he had tears of joy, how happy he was. He's like, because his dad was there and he got to see it.
His dad, yeah, and he said he had a moment like I was about to break down. So
Mhm.
he said, "I'm the token black friend. Everybody gotta have a black friend." He even had a joke
Mhm.
about it. But
Mhm.
Charlie said that he felt bad sometimes because, he was along for the ride when he didn't deserve, a lot of
Yeah,
the
he said that he should have
the
been in better
weight.
company talking about his black friend. Like,
Yeah, but he
she
said
deserved better.
everybody had to leave. He would tell everybody to get out, but he's like, "I'd be the only one still in the house." Like,
Mhm.
Charlie never kicked me out. Like, he's like, "But I was always scared that I was gonna open the door one day and find him dead."
Yeah.
And that just was like, "Oh," and he's like, "Not on my watch, not on my watch." And that's his
Mhm.
and he said, "That is my true friend to the end." Now, Sean Penn.
I like Sean Penn. I just saw that movie with Sean Penn and Leonardo DiCaprio over the weekend. It was good. The
Is
better
Sean now, hold on, let me ask you something. Did they trap are they in the trap house together, those 2?
I think that's what he was kinda saying. He's like, couldn't say too much because I was doing my own thing. Like,
Did you see those mechanic hands that he had? Those mechanic
mhm.
underneath the hood, swollen
I
hands?
used to, back in the day when we was in Harlem, but I remember those hands. Like, I didn't know until later that you could shoot up in your veins in your hands, and that's why give you those big ass hands.
I
Yeah,
I didn't know what it was either. I'm still learning,
you see certain
but
things.
Sean Penn had those
He
hands.
did have them hands, the mitts.
And
I'm not like,
hamburger helper mitts. I'm sorry, that's just what I saw with my eyes.
that's
It was
fine too.
uncomfortable to my
It
eyes.
was uncomfortable to my eyes too,
I was
but
like, "Sean, I just wanna make sure you're not throwing stones at a glass house, sir."
well, and he was very careful not to. I think he was very careful not to do that.
But he did say that, and this Charlie Sheen said this about himself. That's why he said he has tiger blood. Like, I'm one of a kind. Like, I'm a different kind of human. Like,
Yeah.
to go through everything that I've been through, the amount of, he said he had a 4-hour nosebleed on the set with Chris Tucker,
Whew.
and he got
Yep.
blood on the shirt, and they like switched it out, and they did something with AI and helped him out. And Chris
Mhm.
Tucker was like, "Oh man, that boy got pulled." He was like, I was late on the set. He was like, "I was late," and Charlie gave him like a different credit.
Yeah.
And I thought that was dope. So people have good things to say about him
Mhm.
in passing. Sound like Nicolas Cage was a party animal right there with him too.
Sure was.
He said, "I heard a
Mhm.
voice. Look at my watch. Check on my watch." I hear him talking to a woman. Check on my watch. Wait,
Oh.
it was so funny. And then they end up being like party animals together,
Mhm,
and
and
they
that's where he
take
said
over
it started.
planes.
He
Those
said,
two.
because Nicolas Cage had a castle in the hood.
He said, "I feel close to the crime." And Charlie was, "I don't know what that meant, but we found it funny." He said, "Don't it feel like we're close to the crime?" Can you
Alright. Man, if you didn't watch it, we done told all the people.
It was I mean, we're just get I
Alright.
mean, He goes to the, and then he had a story about how he took over the plane too, and he talked about it
Oh
on
my
like
gosh,
Jay
he
Leno
said he
one
talked
night.
about it on Jay Leno. And I like Nicolas Cage,
Nigga,
but
and we were met by the armed guards. They
you just
arrested
know
them.
they all had some crazy the stories,
It
man.
couldn't have been a black man telling that story,
Definitely
sitting
not.
on Jay Leno's couch the next day, like
Absolutely not. Like what?
Heidi, Heidi
Heidi
Fleiss.
Fleiss? Oh, she's
She,
yeah.
she
Got
was like, she said Charlie Sheen's a crybaby rich bitch. He's a pussy. He's a pussy rich bitch. I was like, who is that Walking Dead mommy?
you don't remember her? So back
Now,
remember her? She
yes,
don't
but
even look like what she used to look like.
she let me tell you, I like her swagger though, because let me tell you what she said.
Mhm.
She was like, I'm no genius. I'm not the smartest person. She said, just takes imagination,
Mhm.
creativity, some determination, some will. She said, the girls came to me. She said, I bought the mansion that Charlie Sheen's father sold to me. So I was living in my mansion, sitting around all her birds and parakeets. Shut up. So I got my mansion. And, then they're telling me that Charlie is going to fold. She said, he's a bitch because she named another guy who they said, who's your dealer? And he said, just charge me with the crime. Why couldn't Charlie do the same thing?
Mm.
Why couldn't Charlie just do the same thing? So
Mhm.
she's, and I'm going to jail. He's Charlie Sheen for fucking Christ's sake. He wouldn't have went to jail.
Mm.
He would have been out. She said, what she do, 7 years?
I
She
think
this is
so.
time.
All because he wrote a traveler's check, an American Express traveler's a check
Traveler's
for
check.
some
Right?
prostitutes.
And she had a real attitude, like a man has a scratch, he just wants to itch, and I'm gonna coordinate that for you. Like it's not a big
Mhm.
deal. Like, sure, Charlie, like your money's good here. Like, no problem.
Mm.
And it turned out to be a thing, but she did time. And she said,
He sure did.
when she said, how could I fuck up the best job in the
In
world?
the world.
With a parakeet on her shoulder. Like,
Oh
how could I
man.
do it?
Oh
That
man.
was that was something else. There was I'm like, I got one more. There was so many good stories.
You gonna tell the whole thing. Let people watch it. Please just watch Charlie Sheen, aka Charlie Sheen, right? Is it called?
AKA Charlie Sheen. It was a ride. It's a
Mhm.
ride. That
I
man
watched it 3 times.
he's lived. He's
Yeah.
lived and he's had a good time.
Mhm. And I'm glad that he is, he said he's been sober, clean almost 8 years, going on 8 years, getting himself together,
Kept a
relationship with his kids,
relationship with his kids, HIV positive, that
HIV
remote
positive.
detection.
Mhm.
He said
So,
he's HIV. I can handle that. Shoot.
yeah, he was that's not funny. He thought it was
We'll
real.
talk. You need that?
Like, oh, phew, when he
Keep
heard
on
that
dancing in
part.
commercials with that shit. He was like, I'm Charlie Sheen. I got tiger blood. Shoot. And they're like, you sure you didn't infect nobody? Like, he was like, nope, wasn't me. I didn't infect nobody. I got it and I kept it to myself. But sounds like women knowingly were like still with him.
And men, because he had
Yes,
that revelation. What?
that was that part. He
Turning
was like,
over the other side of the menu at the diner.
that's what he said. He said
Mhm.
I took everything on the menu at some point. They said, would you say it was a drug? He's like, absolutely, absolutely. He was like, I wasn't gay before the drugs. He was like, the drugs made me gay. He was like, I would have never sucked no dick.
All right, man, we gotta go.
Sorry.
All right, so where we at? Are we
We're at Tiger Blood.
No, we're not.
8 balls. That's how I roll. It's like this motherfucker here.
Oh man, it was like wait, the one okay, so the one girl, they were like, he was smoking 7-gram rocks. And they were like, well, how big is that? She was like, and everybody verified, like, yes, he was smoking 7-gram rocks. What? Okay.
They said even the
So
cartel had to cut him off. The cartel was like, nah. Charlie was like, I had some powdered donuts at Dunkin'. They were like, no, you didn't, Charlie. Cut the shit. But he had a love for some crack though. He was like, when he learned how to, he said,
let me
if you
show
girls
you
are
how
gonna be
to
in my house
slide
doing
down
it,
this slide.
if you girls gonna be in my house doing it in the bathroom, what y'all
Let me
doing
show
in
you.
there? I'm gonna show you how to do it right. Yo, straight out of rehab.
Oh
Talking about I
gosh.
cracked a
Okay.
beer. We shouldn't laugh at other people's addiction. However, that is a slippery slope because the one thing I don't do, I don't do drugs. It just wasn't my jam. If it was, I would have no problem to tell y'all. To this day, people have asked me like, "Yo, you got some good energy. You sure you never did no cocaine?" Dude, I have sinus infections. I can never do
I have
cocaine,
never
man.
put anything up my
I
nose.
haven't.
I've seen it a lot though. I will say that was the thing when I was in law school. Everybody, I was the oddball. I was the odd one out because I didn't like people was sniffing coke just to
Oh
stay
my
up
God. I'm scared.
and study. Like this, what y'all do to study? What about coffee? I'm over here like
I
I can have a Pepsi. Just me
Now don't get me
personally.
wrong. Yeah, I'm not saying I've never done any, I've used to love marijuana.
I mean, yeah, that's weed. That's one thing.
Ecstasy was a thing, but wasn't my habit.
That wasn't a habit. I don't know, and I don't know if I did X. What's it, X or MD? One of them. Yeah,
Girl, bye. Which one was it?
don't know, but I mean, I
Yeah,
don't do it today. I can't even remember.
yeah, that was I'll try it and never again. It
Mm-mm.
just I'm just grateful that that's not
Yeah,
something that,
I don't want. I just don't want anything up my nose, and I don't know. You can't predict the high. Like, what kind of high is that? What kind of high you got? I don't know if I want that one.
well, when you talk to people and you find out what was their personal experience, clearly for them it was great. It wasn't a bad thing.
I guess until you out on the corner selling your body or doing something like who knows, dude, that slippery so
Yeah,
and I actually took a test. I did take a test one time, because of allergies and everything, but it'll tell you how addictive,
addictive.
yeah,
Mhm.
and it
Yep.
was like if so basically if I ever tried cocaine, I'd probably be a coke addict. I'd probably be strung out.
Oh,
Whatever it is.
wow.
So if that's in my genes, you probably have it too. But it was
You
just
know, get out of
saying
here. Don't be
it
trying to give me
if
shit.
if I got it, you
If
got
I
it
got
too.
it, you
It
got
was
it.
just saying it was a high
No.
probability of being addicted. Some people can do it and not just like, marijuana. I can never be addicted to marijuana. It just doesn't do anything for me. And people be, I'm gonna get you high. It just doesn't do that for me. So, and I've
No.
had many. It's a different, for everybody it's different. So,
Yeah.
but I understand cocaine will never
Cocaine's
be
a hell
for
of a
me.
drug.
It's a hell of a
Cocaine's a hell of
drug.
a drug.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Okay. All right. So moving on, y'all. We are now at the woke minute. So we finally
Give it
got
to
here.
me.
Remember, please join our Twiz Pod fam on Supercast for $4.99 monthly. You get live shows, exclusive access to our private Facebook group where, we just got so much going on over there in the private. So links in the notes. All right. So this has been a headline that I feel like is just has quietly taken place. Nobody's really, really talking about it unless you're in certain communities. All right. So Congress is edging towards disclosure and they're talking about open contact and what that could look like. And so basically on September 9th, 2025, the House Oversight Committee, they held this meeting, a hearing, which was titled, quote unquote, Restoring Public Trust through UAP transparency and whistleblower protection. So they had witnesses testify from the Air Force and Navy veterans, even the journalist George Knapp. And they were all talking about or urging the government to declassify some of this information regarding UAPs. Now, back in the day, we used to call them UFOs, unidentified flying objects. Now they're UAPs, unidentified, anonymous anomalies,
Mhm.
uh, phenomena, something like that. So they've
Phenomenons.
slowly
Phenoms.
changed the language on us, but basically we're talking about UFOs. So
Mhm.
the government is also, they wanted to hear testimony from people with credible evidence of seeing UFOs and creating, I guess, a military reporting system. So let me just go back on this because this to me this is historical. So the government has reported 144 military UFO incidents, mostly from the Navy. A lot of them have been unexplained. And so this is kind of putting UFOs, and I'm calling it UFOs, that's the old way, but now they're calling them UAPs. But now this has put UFOs on the government's radar. Like we can't ignore it. There used to be, a lot of cover-ups going on, but now you can't ignore it because, pilots, flight attendants, people in the military, they're talking about this. And then in 2023, a former intelligence officer, Dave Grush, he goes public and he's talking about that there's been this whole crash retrieval program. So UFO basically crashed into Earth, and there has been this whole program going on, and he got a lot of retaliation for that, you know. So now the purpose is this House Oversight Subcommittee to examine, you know, this information that's coming out from whistleblowers, look at their claims. There's so many different pilot encounters, you know, even on some of these commercial flights where the pilots have been reporting UFOs. So there is obviously a big need for transparency and protection when you're reporting these sightings. So this is not just an isolated thing. You know, this has been in the news, but I feel like quietly, you know, these hearings have been going on. So bottom line is like now DC or Congress is pretty much saying, you know, I think that the sentiment is not that, you know, what they're saying is that there's something out there.
Mhm.
They're building towards, you know, a process on how the information can be disseminated, whistleblowers, you know, getting them protections and declassifying a lot of this information. So that was interesting. And that kind of ties into, we talked about earlier this month, I went to Sedona, Arizona to attend an event that was hosted by Bashar, who is channeled by Daryl Anka. So those in the spiritual community kind of know about Bashar and a lot of his message. So what he is pushing is that the year 2027 is a turning point. It's going for open contact. So this is where public confirmation and getting people kind of acclimated to what's out there,
Mhm.
you know, this open contact. So he's, you know, even kind of saying it's not going to happen overnight, but, you know, where, you know, the idea is you see little green men jumping out on the White House lawn, maybe not, but more of like a phase shift, you know,
Mhm.
where people are seeing these escalated sightings. You know, I mean, I've seen UFOs. These are not airplanes. These are unidentified flying objects, you
Mhm.
know, but there are going to be more official acknowledgments of this type of thing. So culturally, things are shifting. So what do you think about all of this? So what are your thoughts?
So I know we spoke on this before, and like we always reminisce about our grandfather. He was very much into UFOs. He was always into watching the sky and seeing what was there. So we grew up understanding that we are not the only ones here. And it
Mhm.
wasn't like we had grandparents who persuaded us to see anything. It would you just pointed out, let us see for ourselves. You know, that's not a plane.
Mhm.
So, and I always say that I would be very naive and even ignorant to feel as though we're the only living walking amongst us on this earth. That or just that exist in general. That would be kind of yeah, naive of me. I don't want to say stupid. So no, I believe that there's otherworldly living amongst us. But when you say that these files are going to be, I guess, like an open contact, so to speak, excuse me, it almost sounds as though are we merging our worlds? It's like a merging of the worlds. That's how it sounds like. So are we going to be acclimated to opening our minds? Are we
Mhm.
are we being asked to be, acclimate yourself to be more vigilant, be open-minded, be aware, be afraid,
Mhm.
be scared? So these seems to be, some of the proper steps they're trying to take into how to adjust us to what is already there. Because if you think about it, there was a show you used to like back in the day called X-Files.
Yep. Yeah.
And this sounds like, okay, the X-Files show it's real. Like
Mhm.
it was files that remember, quote,
Yep. The
Moeller and
X-Files, Mulder and Scully.
Mulder and Scully, like,
Mhm.
but they couldn't tell the end of the episode, they couldn't share it with the world. It was like these files that go
Yep.
away as X-Files. So technically the X-Files are now coming to full surface. The movies
Yes.
Independence Day. I just think of some of these things we see. It is reality. It's not for play, it's reality. Do you
Mhm.
think that you think this is a good thing?
I think it's going to have to be a good thing whether we want to or not. You know, it's funny because I think I'm seeing, and maybe you'll see it too. It's like a shift. You know, before it is, oh, there UFOs? Is there life on other planets? And you know, it was kind of crazy talk. You know, you see it on the cover of the National Enquirer, right? That was you see the little green men or whatever. But now it's like it is more likely than not, as you said, that there is life on other planets and that they've been here or they're coming here, and so there's going to be some sort of convergence. Is it a good thing? I truly hope so. Based on the information that I got in Sedona, and it is a good thing, but it's important for us to prepare for it, prepare our psyches for it, for that convergence that it almost seems inevitable, you know? Their timeline or the spiritual community's timeline is saying like 2 years, 2027.
Mhm.
That's less than 2 years from now. So what is going to happen then? I think we're going to see a lot more sightings, and it's going to kind of become every day. I mean, we see it in our movies, you know, every movie that we love, and we see all the action movies when it
Mhm.
comes to, you know, what's the
The aliens.
takeover and these other beings and outer planets and communication, all this. We see it. So culturally, I think we're getting more acclimated than we've ever been before. But now this shit is going to be at our door. Like now is I think it's going to really be a thing, especially since the government is now pushing for more open transparency.
Right.
So our people, I think it's important to for people to become mature enough
Mhm.
culturally and emotionally and just get ready to integrate what is going to be this new information, which is number 1 is that we are not alone.
Right. And when you do say all these incidents, 144 through the Navy. So we all know Navy is water, right? Navy
And
SEALs, water,
through the
land,
military, so mostly
right?
through the Navy, so right,
Navy through
water.
the Navy.
Mhm,
That's so
mhm,
first thing I think is water. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking
mhm.
spaces and places that I've never even seen that have not been touched. You know, these people are brave enough to be there. That's what they're saying they see. So I'm thinking that that's a lot. And that's just 144 is only probably a little bird's eye view into what they
Yep.
really have, right? So there has to be some type of transparency. There has to be some type of whistleblower protection, especially because we're in a social media time. We're in a
Mhm,
time where people can record themselves. We're in
mhm,
a time that we're not waiting for anybody.
mhm.
You can have your own show for what you've seen yourself. So they have no choice. We got to be transparent. That's how I'm looking at it.
Absolutely, you know, and then and then you have people putting videos online of sightings that you can't say that that's not what it is. Like it looks like. I mean, even when I was in Sedona, absolutely, I bottom line, that was a UFO. It was not a plane. It was not a helicopter. It was very like silvery, shiny, and it
Mhm.
moved at like like it moved at a crazy speed, like not mechanical. It moved like very fast, and then it disappeared, and then it came back, and then it was almost like following us, me and your sister, while we driving in the car. So I'm just like, absolutely. And she took some really good video, our sister Tina. She took some really good video of it, of the crafts that were and it's known to be over this certain site, over these mountains, in Red Rock, in Sedona, in Arizona. So they're known to have this UFO activity. And you can see it. It was
I
yes.
believe that there is some type of agreement that they are communicating with this otherworldly
Mhm.
as to how we are going to, you know, like show me to your people type, the way that we're.
Oh, absolutely.
But I do
Yeah,
think there's some
yeah.
sense of this is why this is all taking place in the order that it is because they are already in contact.
Absolutely. It's not, and so and that's why I think it's called open contact, because by the time we as a people are ready,
Hmm.
there's already behind the scenes, I believe, too many, it's just too many reports of crashes and communications and people being and I don't want to say kidnapped, but being taken, and
Hmm.
the information that's coming down, like, the bottom line is just, how do we govern this responsibly? How do we treat this as a way to do this so that people are protected but
Right.
also knowledgeable.
And that's why I say, is this something, should we be aware? Is this like a beware or is this just a be open minded?
Well, I think we should always be ready and be aware,
Be scared?
and be ready to consider how are you going to take when it's finally confirmed.
Hmm.
What does that mean for us? What does that mean for you, and how are we going to take it? I mean, that's the best thing we're going to do, and I want to know if I'm safe when I go, on a plane and an aircraft, and what's the protocol. And that's what it sounds like, they're developing a more transparent protocol for how to deal with what sounds like is the inevitable. So
What's the,
this gonna be interesting.
we'll
Okay.
see. All
Yeah.
right.
We gonna see.
We right.
In the words of the great Drake, we gonna see.
We but or you could say Efron and find out.
I mean, let's not and say we did not.
Right. You know. Nanner nanner.
All
We
right.
already know.
All right. Let's move on to
Didn't.
we got the weekend D.
Weekend D. All
We
right,
let
report it. This
all
what
right.
you got? You gonna
Okay,
report it?
okay, okay. Yeah. So, okay, so here's the weekend D. So, if you have a question for the weekend D, y'all, the weekend D report, please leave us a voicemail. So you can just go to our link tree. That's linktree/SwizzPod. Scroll to the bottom, and there's this little button you could set. Leave us a voice message. We'd love to hear from you. So, all right, here we go. So my man has this is real simple. My man has trouble performing reliably unless he watches porn first. What do y'all think about this? Shatara?
Jesus Christ. That's my mommy dearest gif. Jesus Christ. With the Charlie Sheen powder on her nose.
You
Jeez.
sent me that meme. It was so funny.
It is so funny. Only if you know, you know. Wow. So this makes me think of there is an episode on Sex in the City where Miranda's dating a guy and he has to watch porn before they have sex. And he won't like he's addicted to porn where he starts to name all these characters, or should I say porn stars, because he's like, she's been with me since, I lost my virginity. And he's like naming all of them. And she started looking
Mhm.
at him like, oh, okay, like you really sick. Like you're really not well. So it's kind of like do I say like you're not well for that? Maybe he can't really perform with you. I don't know. That's something to take in consideration. I'm trying to be a little bit
Yeah, you
light
gonna
with
put the
that
okay.
because
You gonna put this on her?
I mean, it's I don't know how to take that because I think it's one thing if y'all are watching it together and okay, it's a sexy thing, but if that's something he needs all the time,
Uh huh.
I don't like. Personally, mm-mm. That's what you
You
need
don't
all
like
the
it?
time to get ready.
You don't like it?
Like, what are you 17? Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. Like, what? This is what you're used to because what? You're in your mom's basement, and this is just how you roll. Like,
Well, I mean, it's obviously, and we are not doctors, and this is not medical advice, but
right?
that to me is pointing to a deeper issue. Is if you need that all the time to perform, then
Yeah.
we're talking about some sort of conditioning, mindset.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, and then I'm gonna ask her, how invested are you in this dude? Because you're not gonna become his therapist, right?
Right.
And I would say you're not even going to become his sex therapist. So how invested are you in him? Because this sounds like it's going to take some work. I mean, from on his part as well, mostly, but for her as well.
Mm-hmm.
So, because that's are you willing to go to therapy? Is he willing to go to therapy? Is he in therapy? Is he willing to do like a porn detox? Just like, all right, we'll put it down. Let's figure out
Because
with some other things here. Because
yeah.
y'all imagine that, man, your mind is something else. And all we're talking about is the how he's working his mind. Because basically, you watching porn, you ain't even there. So all of this is in your mind.
Yeah.
So what needs to be shifted in order to address that conditioning that he has in his mind that makes him feel like that's what he needs in order to get to a level of excitement to perform. So there's that.
Yes. So, and that could be a bit insulting. So on here, I'm thinking of like
But
another
why is
movie.
it what part is it
That
insulting?
can be a little insulting. You could feel a way to be like, really? Like you could really feel a way to be like, I'm not enough. Like our connection doesn't get you up. That's
Oh,
it. That's what
okay.
I'm thinking. Like you could
But
feel
I don't yeah, but
or you
but
could
again, for her, like, I don't think she should think that way.
you don't think she can look at it as like
Like, it ain't you, like, it's him. It's something in his mind
our connection
that
is
might not even have anything to do with her.
Right. But we don't match. That's what, like, our connection is not matching. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, our connection doesn't match. So yeah, like, if I'm left to feel away, then yeah, then our connection is not really matching. And sometime,
Okay.
people being addicted to porn, it is a thing. So let me not sound naive here. Or people are, it is a real thing. Wasn't what was a pastor over here? Stomp, wasn't he addicted to porn? And he came out about it. He was a pastor, came out. Anyway, it's a thing. And I would say, like, can I say, like, it's more so a thing with men? I would think so. I
I would
don't
think
know.
so. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
There was a
I'm just gonna guess, but I would think so.
There was something I watched with you probably seen it too. A young guy, he actually had like an addiction to porn, and he kind of gives a story how it goes back to when he was so young, and he ends up falling for like an older woman, and she basically like calmed him down, like, before they had sex, and she's like, "This is a thing, like, you're used to like quick satisfaction, and men are visually stimulated, but like, she like took his hand like a grown like cougar she was, and she was like, but we're just gonna go a little bit deeper." And she really
This
connected
a
with him.
movie?
It was a movie. Yep, I gotta figure out which one it was, and she
Yeah.
connected with him on a deeper level, saying, like, it's really more mental,
That's what I
and
said. It's
and
all in
showed him
his
how,
mind.
yeah, like, she showed him how the quick fixes and, what he's, like, chasing after, but it's really an emptiness inside,
Yeah.
and it was pretty dope how
That's why I'm
everything
saying it's not about her.
yeah,
It's probably not about even about her.
yeah, yeah, and, yeah, he was like, she this older woman's like, she's totally, like, not even my type, but he's like, "But I think I love her." And the
Is
thing
this
is
a
that she
movie?
yeah, it was a movie, and basically they connected on a deeper level, and that was her whole thing. Like,
Mhm.
if you really want to know how to make love, like, it really has to come from the heart. Like, let your hands
Mhm.
move with your heart. She was saying
'Cause
some
ain't
dope
nothing
shit.
like a mature woman.
This was me. I was like, now what she say? No, let your hands move your heart. Let your heart move your hands. That was good shit.
She did good.
That was real good. That girl
Mhm.
good. Yeah, she was
Mhm.
good. But you're right. It is something on a deeper level, and it is probably a void that he needs,
Yeah.
to work on. But how deep are they? How deep in love are y'all? Where, like you said, there's some therapy that's needed in there.
Yeah, and that's why I said so she's gotta figure out how committed are you and how invested are you? Because this sounds like it's going to take some work that with a professional.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much how we should like preface a lot of our answers with how deep are you? Because whatever the question is,
You're right.
whatever it is,
You're right.
a lot of times it's, well, before we go
You
any
are
deeper,
you are exactly right. Because
how
I
invested
I
deep are
can't
you?
I
Right?
can't give away all this goodness for somebody
Right?
that you just
Right?
like to slob the knob every occasionally and, like
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, because if you're not really that invested, you just being nosy because you slept with the neighbor, and now you found out all that porn that he's watching all day. The TV is loud, and now you know.
yeah, so but figure that out. So sis, I mean, honestly, I think that's the part. And then, there's a way to do it. Like I said, a porn detox with him, exploring his feelings. But again, I don't want her to fall into the pattern of being his therapist because that's really what he needs. Like,
Yeah,
don't get in there and be his sex therapist. Don't get in there and be his
yeah.
head therapist. Somebody to talk to, yes, and explore some of this because it's deeply rooted.
Mhm. Yeah, and it is a thing. So that's actually a good question because I'm being silly about it, but in reality, this whole being addicted to porn, it is a serious thing. It's
Mhm.
no joke.
Yeah.
I mean, we laugh, but it's really not a joke. This is
It's
funny.
I mean,
This is
it isn't. So,
it's so yeah, I think, like I said, we got to preface all these answers from now on. How deep are you? Where do you want this to go? What's the end game to this?
got to answer. All right.
That's all. Yeah, I don't know. Did I help? I don't know.
I think so. I think we did.
I don't know.
I like to say that we did.
I hope so. I
Okay. Mhm.
Because she's gonna come in the bedroom and be like, "Listen, I ain't your therapist. Turn that shit off." And because she listened to Twist Pod and that's what they said,
That's what we told her.
I don't want to hear that shit. You know, I don't
Mm-mm.
know. He may have it on right now.
Slap the dick out of his hand.
Cut that shit out.
Don't do that, sis.
But you know what? Let me just say this: men are visually stimulated. They not
Yes.
they not like us.
We like a good visual too, though. Come on now.
We love a good visual. However, we are not surrounded by it in our everyday.
Right.
And then when we are, we're not gonna lose our job over it.
Right. We ain't gonna throw away our whole lives over that.
You get what I'm saying here? Like, I like the gray sweats, my man, but I'm definitely not gonna lose my job and tell you that looks good and then get written up over it. You know what I'm saying? Men are not really wrapped too tight when
Men
it
will
comes to
toe the line. They will toe the line,
what they,
right?
they get in their car, they on their phone, they looking at videos. Like, men are constantly scrolling, looking at women. Like, we already know why OnlyFans exist.
Mhm.
Not because you just like to take pictures, but because you found out that men are creepers, a good majority of them. And for $4.99, you can see my feet. I say all that to say, if your otherworldly is out there, I say all that to say,
So $4.99. You can see
but
my feet.
but yeah, that's pretty much what it is. So this dude is addicted to porn, yes. However, a lot of men are addicted to scrolling and looking at women constantly, and women are
Mhm.
constantly putting out that content for men to look at. So it's a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman. Kind of goes
Okay.
hand in hand, right?
Alright.
I had
Okay.
to think on that before I get a little too judgy. Wait a minute now. Hold on. I know
Mhm.
the equation here.
You did good. You did good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's doing what everybody's doing,
Mhm.
just with his dick in his hand. Jesus Christ.
Man, come on. Okay, where we at? Can we get to the
Nam yan
jam?
gan rain gen K. Nam yan gan
Yes.
rain gen K. Bring myself back. So it's my jam.
Yes.
This is my jam. It's called My
No,
Chick
you didn't.
Bad. My chick bad. My chick hood.
Good.
My chick do things that your chick wish she could. Do 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 do. So this is Ludacris featuring Nicki Minaj, and
Oh, that's
this is
great
a
she's doing
legendary
it.
Tracks Masters production. Track Masters. This
Mhm.
is the second single from Ludacris's eighth album. Did you know he has? You know
First
how
of
Luda?
all, I didn't know that this song right here is 13 years, 15 years
Yep,
old?
we're going into
Look at us,
2026.
almost 16 years old. I didn't.
16 years old. Yes, this is off of his eighth album, Battle of the Sexes. And there's another remix with Diamond, Eve, and Trina. And I saw them in the video. But anyway,
Oh, I
so
didn't know that.
yeah, so this one right here, this is where I like Nicki Minaj. So she did a little bit of Freddy
Mhm.
Krueger. She did a little bit of, the Roman. She's her alter ego characters.
Mhm.
And she's talking her shit. I like, this was a good collab right here.
It was. And you gotta give Ludacris, he has a place in hip hop. He may not be, he's not a Nas, he's not a Jay-Z, but
No.
anytime that he gets on a track, it's going to be a lot of imagery, a lot of metaphors, real
Hmm.
whimsical, real, like and it's gonna bang. You do know that, right? A lot of great wordplay that he has.
Great imagination.
Always depend on him for that. So I like this. It'll come on and you do 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 do.
This
My
goes
chick
hard.
bad. My
This
chick
goes
hood.
hard.
My chick do stuff that
Mhm.
your chick wish she could.
Oh,
What?
yeah, they make you stick your tongue out.
He's always gonna
Oh.
bring that energy. Always gonna bring, those feelings, those emotions. So I
Yeah,
give
this
it
song.
give it to Luda. Luda. And he has such a solid career because I'm thinking I probably see more Luda movies than I have Luda listen to Luda songs.
How many? Like 27 Fast and Furious sisters?
Something like that.
Sisters?
He'll show up on a set on something.
He will. Yeah,
He
and you'd be
might
like,
have
letting him go.
cornrows, he might have a fade. It
I
just
didn't know he was
depends.
short. Why is he
You didn't
in?
know that? Come on now.
Well, listen, he's in one of these like a good neighbor State Farm is here commercials,
Oh
and he like
yeah?
pops up, and he's in these like boots that are like platform, and it's and like a smock. Either way, I peep that because I'm looking head to toe. I'm like, wait a minute, does he have on?
Yeah, you didn't know that though? That was one
I
thing.
figured it out. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's a shorty doo wop.
I give him 5'8", maybe.
Do do do. Well, either way, he has a good flow, and when he spits, you definitely know like that's Luda, like that's
Mhm.
Ludacris. That's a good name. That's a good name for him
It
too.
it it, it fits him very well. Luda, and he has such a
Yeah,
big voice.
yeah.
He used
Wasn't
to
he
do
DJing at
radio. He was
first?
on
Wasn't
radio.
he? Yeah, yeah. So.
Yeah.
Like you said, he has a solid career. I always like to see him and his wife and the kids, and he's doing his damn thing. He said he got a citizenship in Ghana, I think it is.
Yeah, they've I think they've built a house in Ghana. They
Mhm.
dual citizenship. So that's cool. So
That's
okay,
beautiful. That's super
I
dope.
liked your
Yeah.
jam. It was a party jam.
Yeah. That it thumps, right?
Mhm. Pretty good.
Mhm,
All
mhm,
right, y'all.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
Well, we've come to the end. So if you've laughed or learned something or side eyed somebody today, please follow That's What I'm Saying in your podcast app and turn on automatic downloads. It's free and it helps us keep making this show because I love
mhm.
making this show, my full stuff. Also, if you got a little messy question for the Weekend D Report or you want to be a guest on the show, leave us a voicemail. Anonymous is fine. Just open the link tree. It's in the notes. Scroll to the bottom. Leave a voice message.
All right. Yes, y'all. Please become a member of the Twist Pod fam. Being a member means you'll get access passes to a monthly live show that's only for our members, only for you all, VIP. Plus, you also get access to the Twist Pod fam, private Facebook group where members can interact with each other and with us, the host. So we're all in this together. It's like one good little party. So you get
Mhm.
exclusive access to the monthly giveaways, members only live Q&A sessions and shout outs, voting power on future episodes, topics, and guests. So I know y'all are with us on that. And again,
Mhm.
all this is only for $4.99 a month.
And brands, tap our link tree and hit sponsor us so we'll get you right in. And follow us on Instagram at TwistPod. And
And you want to keep up to date on all my upcoming comedy shows as well as our podcast and TV events. Again, Linktree, TwistPod. Go to www.shatarakcurry.com. That's me. And as always, thank y'all. Thank y'all. We appreciate y'all. Until next time, stay healthy, stay well.
peace,
Peace.
y'all.